been about 8.5 months I've been out on the road. I've gone home a few times, but before I go home, I've probably done an average. I've been out here for about 6 weeks to 8 weeks, sometimes 9, before I decide to go home because I like it. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, and if I could share a little bit about myself, I would say that I got my CDL when I was 21. I'm 34 now. I did it very briefly, and it was a lot more challenging then because we didn't have GPS and stuff. All we had was the road map and a little Qualcomm that told us where to go, and it was more dangerous at that time. Nowadays, it's just smooth sailing. I'm very grateful to have experienced that when I was 21 because I got the harder end of it that time very briefly, and it kind of set me up for my journey now, and I'm very grateful for it. It's almost like the universe is giving me these things for a reason. I'm very grateful for it. I welcome it. And now it's been about 8.5 months, and there's a truck driver here. I've been waiting on an empty, so I'm like eyeballing that guy because if it's empty, I'm gonna go run and get it. But I just wanted to share how far I've come after 8.5 months. If you are somebody who is wanting to become a truck driver and you're female, there are a lot of things that you can be prepared for before you enter this industry. It is not for everybody. You have to be comfortable being by yourself. Every day, you're going to be behind the steering wheel for hours and hours at a time. You're going to be tired. Your attention span's not going to be 100% after your shift is done. And life or the industry will toss you something like say I'm coming into a yard and I am gonna do a drop. I make the drop and uncouple to my loaded trailer, and I'm tired, my hours are up, and I just want to rest. I can just make the drop, stay coupled, and go to sleep. But that's not going to do me any favors because if I take one step ahead of the game, uncouple to that trailer and find an empty right away and couple to that empty even after a long shift, it's going to prepare you better for the next day. You'll be doing yourself a favor if you work a little harder after your shift. And boy, did I learn that the hard way. I want to share a little horror story with you. And it really made me upset. I went to a yard. I went to our Wilmer yard, and I was very dirty and I was tired. I just wanted to rest. Go to the yard. I make the drop. I uncouple to my trailer, and I parked bobtail. That I don't want to shit on the company or whatever, but that yard is just full of dust. There's a scene in Kill Bill where she comes out of the graveyard and she's all dirty and tirada, and she goes to the bar and orders a cup of water. You're gonna be full of sand, you're gonna be really dirty. If you get out and couple, everyone's trying to move and stuff, it's just it's not pleasant. So I uncoupled to my loaded trailer and I bobtailed near the building just so I could get a shower in and run back to my bobtail so I don't get all dirty again. Well, and I had took my padlock. The company gives us this thing is $50. $50 for this padlock. I decided To make the drop, I put my padlock on an empty, went bobtailed to the building to take a shower. I put this padlock on the empty, so I was thinking I'll go take my shower, run into my bobtail, come back and hook up to my empty, right? Well, after my shower, I get into my bobtail and I go couple to, no, I stayed overnight in my bobtail like this. Chillin'. I'll get my empty in the morning, no problem. It's got my padlock on there. No, I don't know if it's like that with other companies, but I went to the place that trailer was parked in. I hooked up to that trailer and I took it to my I was gonna deadhead to a customer to get loaded. Well, I took that trailer to the customer. The trailer was loaded. It was the wrong trailer. I go back to the yard with the loaded trailer. I made a huge mistake. I didn't write down the trailer number, assuming that was the empty. Somebody took my empty and sawed off my $50 padlock. A lot of stuff that happens here. 8.5, just work extra just to set yourself up for the next day. You will be helping yourself out if you do that. I'm not saying I know a lot. I'm still crawling before I walk. I want to hop, skip, jump, and dance all over the United States. I'm very passionate about truck driving. I see other guys here who are really experienced and they know their stuff. They know about the regulations in DOT. They know about, the road, the U.S. highways that can give you a shortcut to where you want to go and save you a few minutes on the clock. And just that experience fascinates me. I can't wait to acquire all of that knowledge. And I could feel myself chasing it. I could feel myself as I go down the road, like realizing I'm on, this U.S. highway and it connects here and it connects there. Oh, okay, well, this U.S. highway has less traffic lights than this U.S. highway, and there's so many of them. So with time and experience, putting in all that input inside of my little tiny brain. So there's still so much to learn. And these few months went by so fast. I cannot believe how fast it went by, but it didn't go by with nothing to show for it. It went by with me enjoying the moment. These few months went by with pleasure. Not because of the money, because the money is not there. If you are new, looking to get your CDL, don't come in the industry with money on your mind. Give yourself the time to acquire the skills, the experience, because that's what's really important. You want to set yourself up for your career, for your job, however your perspective is on truck driving. You want to set yourself up that way. Then you can chase the money. Then, because your experience talks no matter what. Everything that everybody says on these trucking channels is true. But I do see a lot of people who are unhappy with the industry because they're expecting the miles and the money. Come on, guy. Develop your stuff first. Well, anyway. These 8.5 months have been such a pleasure. I do come from a company that I drove flatbed from, and I worked my ass off. So to kind of chase getting my CDL, and to chase going OTR, it really does feel like a dream come true. It is a dream come true because what other What other job is gonna give you the freedom? You're not really free, but to me, I'm free because there's something about it. There's something about getting in a big old truck, not having to work my ass off to the bone. I mean, I guess it's because of where I come from, but to look out that windshield, see the weather. I'm really in love with the weather because you see the clouds go by, you see the mood of the universe, I guess, the mood of the earth ebbing and flowing as you drive on by. And if I go, let's say, East Coast to West Coast, you lose an hour, you gain an hour. Kind of feels like time travel, you know? I don't know, I just really love it a whole bunch. You drive past bodies of water. In the morning, you see like this mist or fog right above it. The sun will be out. The way it reflects off the water and that little morning dew, it looks almost neon-like. Like a very, like if the rainbow had a shadow, that's the way it would be. It's more of an experience. I can't really explain what it does to me or what it looks like, but it is just absolutely beautiful. I'm getting paid to experience that on a daily basis. I'm the type of person that cannot be behind a desk all day looking at a screen. I look at my phone long enough. I don't want to be doing that for a living. So to be out here and doing this makes me so incredibly happy. There are moments in trucking that are not so easy or pleasant to go through. I mean, if you want to be healthy out here, it's a big challenge. You have to really watch yourself. You have to be aware of what you are consuming because of the amount of energy that you're expelling every day. It's not very much. So what you put in, you have to be very careful in it. That's a big challenge for me anyway. The restroom is a big deal. There's people buying stuff to go potty in. You can't go potty in a facility all the time. So you have to make do. You have to, you have to prepare yourself to go through stuff like that. And it's not for everybody. If you are high maintenance, well, there's a lot of high maintenance truck drivers, so that's a bad analogy. But you don't have to be out here. As long as I like to be, you can be out here about 2 or 3 weeks and go home. So but I don't know, it's just up to you. But those are times that you're gonna run into, restroom. You're gonna be stuck in traffic a whole bunch because people are not very kind drivers. They drive really mean and aggressive and they cut you off all the time, but you get used to it after a while. It's almost like you're looking at bad traffic from a distance and you're prepared yourself mentally for here comes another. I'm ready for these empties, buddy. You kind of watch traffic from a distance and realize what's coming. You're not prepared all the time because these people are really crazy, but you are playing the what if game in your head all the time. Okay, well, what if this guy cuts in front of me and this truck next to me is really close to me? Okay, so I gotta do ABC. It's just like you're driving, but if you do have the skin for this, there's just no better way to make money. Drive. I get to drive and jam all day long. I get to learn. I listen to audiobooks all the time, and It's just, these 8.5 months have been challenging. My first week was the worst. That was the worst because it was just so fresh, so new. I knew nothing. I was out here by myself, trying to do my best, but I needed it. I needed those challenges. I needed those tough moments so I could learn and put all of that experience in my pocket and roll with it. At each load that goes by, I learn from the next, from the one before. And that's how I do it out here. Love being present in the moment. I love learning. I love the mistake. I don't love the mistakes I make, but I'm very, very grateful for them because they're important to me. Those mistakes are what's going to prepare me to do better in the future, if that makes sense. But in a year, 8.5, 19, 11, 12, in about 4 months, I'll complete a year with CFI, and I'll be, hopefully, I'm pretty sure that I'll acquire my service ring for being with the company for a year, and they don't have to do that. It's something that they like to do. It's something they provide for the drivers here at CFI. I think it's really cool, and it's a big accomplishment to complete 1 year out here with the same company, and I can't wait. I'm very excited. It's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait to wear it proudly, and it's mostly about being out here that I really like a lot. Really cool. Very excited. I'm happy about these 8.5 months. Now I'm gonna go chase down these empties. Hopefully they are empty. They haven't uncoupled yet, but I'm watching.